bring in ABC News political contributors Michael LaRosa, former special assistant to President Biden, and Sarah Isgur, a former Trump administration official, for more on this. Sarah, how concerning is this standoff for the Republican Party?
Well, let's break this into two different problems here. It absolutely is a problem that the Republicans have not been able to deal with some of their fractures within their caucus. But big picture, does this matter for the country? Will anyone sort of think back 2 weeks from now even and say, wow, that was a really big deal? Probably not. This will move forward. And the difference between, for instance, a Kevin McCarthy as speaker or a Steve Scalise as speaker, a year from now will be minimal. That being said, this is a symptom of a problem. This is a symptom of parties becoming much weaker in the United States as partisanship increases. I mean, notice that there's not a policy disagreement here. This isn't even a Trump disagreement. We've been calling these the hard conservatives, but they're not really. You have, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Jim Jordan voting for McCarthy. You have Matt Gaetz, Lauren Boebert voting against him. This is about weakening the speakership and some of those changes that have happened in the House that a lot of members haven't been happy with for 30 years.
So, Michael, what does this mean for President Biden's agenda in Congress?
Well, first of all, it means that right now we don't have a governable Congress. He does not have a reliable partner to govern with. And if I'm the White House, I'm thinking back to, and Sarah might remember this well, to August of 2011, when the same group of Republicans hijacked and held the economy hostage by downgrading the credit of the United States for the first time in its history when they refused to raise the debt ceiling. If I'm the White House, I want to be thinking about a game plan for a year from now when they do have to have that fight, because right now they don't have a reliable governing partner in Kevin McCarthy. And once if he does secure the speakership, if he can't do that, how is he going to be able to pass or compromise?
Sarah, if he hasn't been able to get this done in 3 votes, what's going to change over the next few?
Isn't that the question? I mean, first of all, Michael's exactly right. This is more about the debt ceiling than anything else at this point. And yeah, Kevin McCarthy probably made a strategic error letting the House and his own caucus adjourn last night instead of just forcing this to keep voting. At some point, potentially, in the middle of the night, maybe Democrats would have decided to go to bed. That could have lowered the vote total that he needed. Instead, if he was expecting help from Tucker Carlson last night or other conservative pundits, he didn't get it. And so instead, I would expect today when they come back at noon that we may see a consensus candidate, maybe some Democrats for someone like a Don Bacon. Maybe we see Republicans move to Steve Scalise. But I think at this point, we're looking at a speaker who has not yet received any votes.
And Michael, ultimately, even if Democrats, some of them may be enjoying this for now, ultimately this is a concern for them too, because without a Speaker of the House, you can't get anything done in Congress. So could McCarthy maybe get some help from the left on this?
I wouldn't count on it, but I think you're right in that this does not look good for the next 2 years of governing and getting things done. When the Republicans won the House a couple weeks ago, the test was always going to be not whether Joe Biden could work with Kevin McCarthy. Joe Biden was opposed in his Democratic primary because he wants to compromise with Republicans too often. He wants to get things done. The test was always going to be, can Kevin McCarthy lead and can he work with Joe Biden? Right now, he can't even work with his own conference. So unfortunately, it looks very ominous for the next 2 years.
All right, Michael LaRosa, Sarah Isgur, thank you both.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.